Objection!
Apparently he does. I don't see any signs of Mr. Kudo, do you? Maybe he went to buy another ton of birdseed. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't be here anyway, at least not for now. Besides, any more seeds then I'm liable to turn into the real phoenix. Hey, check this out! I wouldn't get too close to that if I were you, otherwise you might be in for a shock. My phony must be lurking someplace nearby. Just imagine a tiger loose in the city. Meanwhile, the real phoenix is like an abandoned ship lost in a vast urban jungle. Huh? Don't worry, someday you'll grow up and become a ferocious tiger too. Don't lose hope. Why is she trying to pep talk me into becoming my phony? I'm making fried tacos tonight. Jeremy 7 Tenderlander. This place gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it? Looks like the tiger isn't in his lair. And that is, as they say, a very good time. A good thing. Welcome. Talk about a creepy voice. It makes your soul want to shrivel up and die. You're here to discuss a loan? No, not exactly. The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. She's gone. Just like that. I guess we'll just have to come back another time. But this is the perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick. Let's take a look around, okay? Do you think it'd be okay? Of course, no one will ever... Coffee? I'll leave it here for you to enjoy. Quietly. Yes, thank you. Do not touch the desk, please. Nick? Well, let's get out of here. Now she wants to get out of here. There's a CD player on the desk, but the desk is so loud, it's a wonder you can hear it. The lid's open. I wonder what kind of music the tiger's into. Have you finished the coffee? Yeah! Yes, thanks. It was lovely. So, you drank it all? Had a sudden little itch on my knee. Go. If you touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup. That coffee, it was laced with something. I'm almost sure of it. Nick, my stomach, it's killing me. Oh, wait. Maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast. I sure hope so. We better take a look at the CD while we're still alive and have a chance. What the? What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw of the Tiger? It's a demo CD. The artist's name has been handwritten on the disc in pen. MC Bomber. What? This must be the CD Maggie told us about. Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal. No way. That woman will make us drink more coffee if we do. Oh, no. Someone dropped the ashtray on the floor. That's going to be a nightmare to clean up. Yeah. It's all over the rug and everything. I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning it up was such a pain. It was one of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal. How did she manage to knock one of those over? Aren't they supposed to be super heavy? Oh, hey! There's a book of matches here, too. Matches, huh? Places don't give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second. What is it? Look what's printed on it. Cover. It says Très bien. Yeah, the pipe light for the office boiler keeps going out. Swing and a miss, my ass. Swing and a miss. Let's see. This round doll thing called a Daruma, I think. I figured I'd read a book or two and be more cultured in case you're wondering. You mean you aren't making stuff up for a change? I bet you also didn't know that no matter what, he'll always write himself. Go on, Nick, give him a good shove. Only if I feel like dying. No, this yellow thing, this thing is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's called a king. Not that I'm an expert on, or anything. I'm more of a reversey person, you know? Assuming she knows what she's talking about, these aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they? Hey! There's a piece of paper sticking out from under here. What is it? A repair bill. Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? I don't know. 15,000 to replace a bumper and a light? That's insane! The car is registered to the Cadaverinis? Huh? Huh? So it's not even the Tigre's car? Why would someone else repair bill be in the Tigre's office? Hey, look at the Parisian style coat. It's so chic. Looks more like a pimp coat to me because I haven't got an eye for fashion. Hey, look at this. This suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick. The same color as my suit. No! Keep your voice down, Maya. Nick, you gotta take a look at some cake. Ah! I'll just leave it here for you. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Just wait here quietly. Otherwise. Sure. Did you hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said. Yeah, sure. I have my eyes on you, only so I can take care of you. Understand? Yeah, I'm scared, Nick. So, what were you getting so excited about before? Look on the lapel of the suit. That's an attorney's badge. Is the Tiger a lawyer? No way, look at this thing. It's made of paper. For some reason, your badge only looks really cheap to me, Nick. Why doesn't anyone recognize the obvious fake badge when they see one? Come out from under the desk, Maya. What have you two snooping around my office for? Nothing. We were just... my precious carpet. You just got ash in my rug. You're gonna wish your ugly feet never came through my door. It wasn't us. It was already like, you just want to argue with me? Is that what you're doing? You think you can take me on? You want to flatten you into pancakes and turn you into new rugs? Ah! Oh. Don't, Tigre. You're back. That voice is like evil seeping into your head through your ears. Really? I'm sorry, Don Tigre. I knocked over that ashtray earlier and... Eek. She has got a death wish or what? Oh, right. Huh? Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing. What was that? I ain't gonna get mad at you. You're too cute, you hear? That's so unfair. Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. And you'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan. Phoenix Wright? Yes? You's either crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, but now you's gotta come and mess up my plan. So it was him. He's my phony. But I don't care. No one gets in my way. What? I mean, excuse me? You should have left the little girl at home, right? I have to ask if you... No questions. This is the last time we meet. Wait, please. That was pretty weak, Nick. You waited until he was out of earshot before you shouted after him. Like you're one to talk. I didn't hear you scream, "Hold it," either. The espresso. And cookies. Someone is definitely not good for my heart. Now, what was it that Tiger called her? Violetta? So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tender Lender. With the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business. A conscious rate of interest, and an attractive repayment policy. Why do I get the feeling the sentence is not going to end well? We will tenderly lend you that little bit extra. Here at Tender Lender. Hey Nick, things are a bit tight for Wright & Co. at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take it out on a loan? Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much. Tender Lender is on your side. So, let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then? We'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee. Right. I think I'd rather skip town. Hey, just remember, I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well. So, do you know about the incident we're investigating? What incident? Well, a man was poisoned in the restaurant just near here. That incident. Let me see. I was here that day with the manager. Manager being Tigre? Furio Tigre. Tigre. Furio? Tigre. That's where the tiger thing comes from. Yup, got a real name. Nick, hurry up and find out more about him. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre. Cookie? Sure. How do you like my cookies? I bake them myself. Good. Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours. No, ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at it, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and the scary girl doing working together? We are lovers. That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice. And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me. The tiger saved you? Please, address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to. Okay, Don Tigre. Of course, I'm sorry. He saved her life? I'd sure like to know how that happened. I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died once. You died? About 4 months ago. The doctor said to abandon all hope. Guess they were expecting her to take a boat ride across the river Styx. But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything. Everything? When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy. No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe. I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso. I still wonder what about what's in her coffee. So is that what you've got that bandage around your head? This? So what's the story with the bandage? They put it on after the operation. Operation? It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury. A fatal injury? Maya just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once? Ugh, she really creeps me out, Nick. Same here, but we've got to find out the truth. Welcome back. There he is! Old Sadie's back feeding the pigeons again. There, take this, and get out of my park. Like I thought he's really mad. Come on, Maya, just keep your head down. Let's sneak away while we still can. What? Why? Hello, old man. What are you doing, Maya? Huh? Hey, he just turned his back on us. I'm not surprised. I bet I really hurt his pride this morning in court. Words. Hey, Mr. Kudo. From Pigeon. Look, we really need to talk to you, all right? Out with the demons. In with the good fortune. Ow, seeds, shell splinters. Painful. I always knew you were a demon, Maya. I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today. God, everyone talking about me behind my back now. Dirty old man who's so busy looking at the servant girl's backside that he can't remember her face, a filthy, depraved animal. Not at all. Are you listening to me, boy? I don't care what you say. I saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder into the young lad's Javachino. We hear you. And another thing the young layabout was wearing an earpiece. On the same side as the lens of his broken spectacles. Really sorry. So I made a little mistake about the vase. So what? I know what I saw. I tell you. Okay, take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo. Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky-haired brat. Take this. You said you were a craftsman, right? The modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside in droves. Surely it's not that. I come from a long line of craftsmen right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer, I was born one. Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself. I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole. Objection! Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young? I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all. I've got a tsunami of frustration inside and it's ready to burst out. If we let him start rambling now, we might never shut him down. What do we do? Suck it up. Guess I better let him talk. So there's not much call for craftsmen these days, then. Of course not, you idiot. All good for nowadays is running errands. Errands? Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of 2-bit community handyman? Well... Buy some bread now that I can understand. But what's the point of feeding these seedy pigeons? Why don't people just say what they mean? Get lost, that's what they're trying to say. Oh yes, I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I? I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute. What did he just say? At home and at the restaurant? Hold up. By restaurant, are you talking about Très Bien? Did you get asked to run an errand there too? Yes, I did. The very day that young brat was poisoned. But what? So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do? Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad slumped over on the table. The server girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted over to me. Excusez-moi, you call the police. Call them yourself, I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time. So, did you end up calling the police? Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Did you call them on your cell phone? Ka! Do I look like I'd have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I went out looking for a payphone, of course. You went looking for one? I couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so. For 5 minutes? So for 5 minutes after the incident happened, yes sirree, the owner was at Très Bien on his own. Why didn't you mention this in the court this morning? Well, I would have if you'd given me the chance, but you all bowled me out of the courtroom. It's not my fault, you're the ones to blame. You could have at least told us before we got to court. Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police? What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead. And Maggie was unconscious. Which leaves that man, all alone in the restaurant. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose. What do you mean? Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant. Ah! Oh, sure, go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead, We need to get more details about what happened exactly from Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong. January 7th, detention center, visitors room. Mr. Wright! Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you? It's just unbelievable in court today, sir. I'm going to stay up all night and blog about everything that happened. Weren't you scared? I was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man. Well, he was all over the place with his testimony. He's not the only one. Huh? What do you mean? Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident, anyway. Is it possible she's the one... Misremembering things? Or just me, my mispronunciation. Maggie, how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yep, there are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him. But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup? So you really think it was just disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it. Oh yeah! The MC Screwdriver album, right? It was MC Bomber Maya. The name was scrawled on the sports paper as well. They never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir. Or the victim's medication that's gone missing too. Ouch! My head, this is getting way too complicated for me. You said that you passed out when the victim, Glenn Elge, collapsed, right? Yes, it was so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir. Between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived at the scene, you have no idea what went on at Très Bien. No idea at all. Why? Is it important, Mr. Wright? The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture. Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Oh, the CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police. Exactly, and you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time. No! You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you? When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in all of this. Ugh. It's like the master biting the paw of the dog that it feeds. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright? Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier. I don't know. The things that old man said don't add up for some reason, sir. I mean, it looks like she's trying to figure something out. Maybe we should just ask Mag exactly what she knows about old Seedy. I feel much better after the trial this morning. I'm in a bit of a courtroom proceedings. It feels like forever since I saw the witness as slippery as that old man. He's not really that bad of an old man, though. Still, I feel a bit uneasy. Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better. Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with that Mr. Kudo or his testimony. Roger, I'll spill it all and see what you make of it. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out to you as odd? Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite what? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was another customer in the restaurant. Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo. But I can't really say it was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man? No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman. A woman? Are you sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So, what did this woman look like? She was sort of creepy. And she had kind of a cackling laugh. Creepy. Cackling? Why do I get the feeling I've come across this woman like this recently? Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Damn it, pushing the wrong button. Right, nice. So, yeah, I've got something you're going to love. Really? What is it? A lunchbox just for you. Here. Wow, a lunchbox. Weenies, too. I can't believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? No, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else would have make such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe? He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this, too. I can't accept it. Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that. The rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them. Somehow when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier. And anyway, I hate weenies. Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. But... She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste. But I guess so. Oh, she's with Maya. Well, how was it? I hit the spot. I love weenies. Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir.